I'll set this up. Something I've been fascinated about lately is the complexity of how people write TV shows. I think everybody takes it for granted how much thought goes into it. And we, over the next 3 podcasts, are going to take 15 minutes now, 15 minutes next episode, 15 minutes in the last episode, and we are going to be a writer's room. And I don't know how this is going to go, but we are going to create a sketch, a skit. We're not creating a movie. We're not creating like an ongoing TV show. Like character development isn't going to be as important because it's like more of a sketch, right? And the three of us are going to put our brains together and we are going to write a sketch. And we're not allowed to talk about it. We can think about it, but we can't talk about it except for these 45 minutes. And we're going to see what we can come up with, and we're going to do it live on the podcast. And I'm excited.
Wait, we could crash and burn.
We can't.
I think it's likely.
Not outside of the podcast. Like we gotta.
Part of it is like
magic here. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Part of it is to do it in front of the audience and see how this goes. So this could be a done.
None of us have ever done anything like this. We don't know how this is supposed to go. So it'll be an interesting case study. 3 idiots. Okay. Well, besides Brandon, nobody's been part of a writer's room. Yeah. Do you think? I think we should have somebody like mediate. Somebody's got to be like the leader of the writer's room. You know what I mean? Otherwise, it's just going to be at least to start.
I mean,
right?
it's the Sean Lauer show. I'll be the one that can if all three of us have a different thing, like we have to pick one to move forward.
Yep.
You guys give me permission to be in charge of that.
I want to go first though.
Okay.
Because I can start off really like.
All right, so we're gonna start the timer.
Bad, so it's just gonna be over. So.
All right. Boom. Start the timer.
All right. So my sketch goes: Sean, after the podcast is over, he goes to the bathroom, unzips his pants, and a bag of Coke falls out into the toilet. David gets a call from Nico saying he lost his phone last night. He's at his job using a vintage phone for no reason. I'm being OCD, taking down all the pieces of art behind you after the podcast, and I'm showing all the pieces of art, showing the snowman, the elephant, so people are going to get a laugh saying, like, why is there, like, a lizard behind you? Okay, and then David calls Sean, and David goes, like, Nico said that we should have a Zoom meeting on New Year's where we're all drinking and doing drugs. Sean brings out the Coke bag from the toilet and says, yeah, I'm going to do 2021 lines for 2021. and then David goes, well, that could be worse than last year on New Year's. And then there's a flashback where Sean is sleeping in his Tesla, talking during his sleep, saying Coke, weed, strippers. And then the Tesla takes him to the strip club. And then he awakes at like 5 a.m. at the strip club, and strippers are knocking on his car, thinking it's an Uber. He offers to take them home, and he has like 4 strippers in his car. And one of them takes like Sean's pants off and then staples a bag of Coke inside of his pants and says, Happy New Year's.
Okay. All right. We're on a time thing. So, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So let me pitch. You got a pitch? David? All right.
I do. Yeah.
All right, you go. Do your pitch.
All right, I had a couple ideas. So the one would be, so we can take it 2 ways. It's either, so my baby. I feel like I talk about my baby quite a bit, and I feel like I've gotten to use it as maybe an excuse, whatever you want to call it, to get out of certain things. I had to miss your wedding, but I could be talking about everything. I get invited to a party. And I just can't do it. I got to take care of the baby. Lauren's working. And then all of these different interactions of me getting out of things because of the baby, and turns out that it's a baby doll and there is no baby. And it's all just been an elaborate ruse. Or we can do a commercial for like rent a baby. So like, why go on Wayfair and spend $10,000 on a brand new baby? Or why like uproot your life? If you need to get out of a social interaction, a social function, if you have a party you don't want to go to, or you want to cut lines, people afford you so much leeway when you have a baby. So come grab the baby so it could be a commercial like that.
All right, I like it. I think we can. All right, so here's my idea. I think it's the best one, and we can incorporate some of this stuff. All right, you guys ever seen the movie Rat Race?
Yeah,
it is. Yeah. It's okay. So I'm thinking
that's old school.
All right, I'm thinking the podcast ends and we get something, and I'm thinking since the song is Diamonds, like someone says to us like, hey, in South Carolina there is a bag of diamonds and 3 of you are racing for it. And then So then David goes, I have no shot, and then because I'm too far away, and then I say I hate getting stuff for free. I don't want to win the lottery. I don't want it, and then I say, Brandon, you can't go because you're on the clock. So then the podcast like kind of ends, and you immediately jump on your Peloton, and like I was thinking about actually the filming of it, like you're just like on your Peloton the whole time, and like we could like maybe superimpose like different states in the back, and then like the plot kind of forgets about you for a minute, and then me and Brandon are playing pig in here, and I'm like, dude, we're not doing this. This is stupid. And like I kind of shoot a shot on my Nerf hoop, and the ball rolls away, and Brandon goes in the other room. I sprint and get in my car to go get it, and then meanwhile, like every little while, 45 seconds or something, we go back to you on your Peloton, and it says like Maryland, and you're getting closer, and then I am in the main lead because I am in a huge head start in front of Brandon, and then I fall. Actually, funny as you said this, Brandon, and then I fall asleep in my Tesla because it's driverless, and I like go past the point, and I like miss it, and then I was thinking eventually like David wins, and like even though he has no chance. But then I was thinking like maybe in my car I could pass by you, like you see me sleeping and I see you on the bike. But like a rat race thing where all of us try to like go get these diamonds, and then I don't know, we'd have to work out like Brandon's plot. I was thinking maybe like Brandon would somehow be in the lead, and then there's like a free samples, and Brandon goes to eat the food, and like and then I pass him or something like that.
It's like the tortoise and the hare. So it's like rat race.
It's like rat race, and that's like the plot. Like we're all racing to something, and I just thought since you had the Peloton, that could be easy filming and kind of funny. Like because in Rat Race, the movie, I don't know, someone's like behind the whole time, and they obviously have no shot, but then something happens and they like have them being first. And I thought it was actually something that could be like film, like if you try to produce this on like low quality.
Mine's filmable because we could just like.
Well, you have a strip club and stuff like that.
We got to order strippers. That's all.
Brandon started with that idea, and he's like, "How do I incorporate strippers into this?"
I mean, yeah, but so all right, so now what? Like, I feel like we can incorporate your guys' ideas with the rat race thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yours was kind of more of like an infomercial sketch. Yours and Brandon's was a story, and mine was a story. I think we go with like some type of story.
Okay.
And maybe you can like somehow.
Mine's not really a plot. It's just how the bag of coke got into your pants. It's like you're basically wearing the same pants from a year ago, and you just never. And realized.
That's I'm wearing the same.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we can incorporate some of that in the story, or the plot of How to Get the Diamonds. I mean, so we gotta make a.
So let's just
use
baseline.
The rat race one, should we use the rat race? I think that can be. Yeah. Everyone can incorporate their ideas, and it's like it's a storyline, a race to something. So it like kind of covers the big picture thing. So I guess like maybe one of the first things we can decide is what are we racing for, where is it, and who introduces it to us.
The diamonds probably have to be not diamonds. Like there has to be a misunderstanding there, right? I think that like that would be funny if like we go through all this effort, we get there, and then like the bag of diamonds, we either misheard it or it's a different. You know what I mean? It's like completely not worth it.
It depends who.
If I'm biking down from
like who gives us this assignment. Like it has to be someone like interrupts the podcast. Like in Rat Race, it was a bunch of rich people. Like who?
Like Elon Musk will like tweet something out like I hid some diamonds.
But if everyone knows, I think it's funny. It's just us three know.
Okay, gotcha.
Like it's just for us three.
So who would tell us three basically?
I was maybe thinking Kanye just because, and the only reason I thought Diamonds is because the intro song we have is Diamonds Are Forever. So I was thinking like Kanye's like
did he stumble upon our podcast?
Like Brandon Sean and Hecker. Like I was looking to sue you guys for copyright infringement.
I saw you.
Oh yeah,
I was going to sue you for copyright infringement, but I recognized you. I saw you, and you were crying along with me when I was talking about the A word. And then anyway, I'm feeling crazy today, and I put a box of diamonds in a safe in North Carolina or something like that.
When you saw Kanye like in Charleston, like what if like he like dropped a piece of paper after he was leaving, you picked it up?
That's not bad.
Like a treasure map.
That's not bad. Like
and that's how you only know. That's how you only know, and then you tell us. Like
and you the big
like
reveal.
Goonies, I guess. Like
the big reveal is you're going to open that envelope on the podcast. I'm like, what is this message Kanye had? They fell out of his pocket.
Okay, so here. Kanye. Okay, because I was thinking one of like the original jokes would be, this isn't real. We don't care. And then I sprint to it, and like we all end the podcast, and we end it, and like we're all like, we're not going to go after this. We're not going to do it. And then the second it ends, you hop on the Peloton. I do that trick with Brandon. I think that part only works if it's like, if it's a secret message, we can all like kind of do it together and find it. It doesn't matter. But it's like, if it's a race, it means one of us gets it and the other ones don't.
Well,
I think
we can still, if it's a treasure map, we can still be like, I mean, it's obviously bullshit. Like, there's
So
no
it's
way that's
treasure
real.
map.
Yeah, or
I
like,
think what-
yeah, something.
It
I
can't be a
was gonna
secret
say-
note because that has, it's got to be something
mean a
of
secret
value. Like you said, if Kanye leaves like a secret message or something, it's got to be something of value.
What do you mean a secret? I don't know. I don't understand.
I
said
thought
it's like,
I thought one of you said that. I don't know. A treasure map
think
is a
we were
better
saying-
term.
yeah, like fell out of his pocket, and like it was unintentional. But there's like a map that says that there's diamonds here, and if we read it, we're
So,
like,
so,
all right,
so
this
the
is
race is to the map.
the X, yeah, treasure.
But yeah.
It says like treasure hunt.
But then we need the map. So like,
Right, you found the map at the Kanye West thing because he left, and you saw something fall out of his pocket. And on the podcast, you're like, big reveal. This fell out of
Okay.
Kanye's pocket. I wanted to do it, so you. And then we look at it. You're like,
and you
Oh,
guys
this
both
is
maybe like take screenshots
stupid.
real quick. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I guess
And
the
then-
one plot hole is like, why wouldn't I if I have gone for it before? If I care
what do you
so
mean?
much.
Well, because you haven't opened it. Because you're like this. I
Okay.
need something to like. I need something exciting
Okay.
for the podcast. This kind of feels like
Okay.
it's been a little bit.
There
dull
should be like a
recently.
seal on it or something.
Okay,
like-
perfect. So
Yeah.
we open it up. I don't know what it is. It could be anything, and it's a treasure map.
Right, and we're like,
Okay,
Treasure map,
that's good.
okay.
All right, so that's how it comes to be. So we all learn the information at the same time that there's treasure at a certain location, and then one of the first jokes is we say we don't care, and then we all care after the podcast ends. Okay, all right, that's progress. So then we all have our own storylines, and okay, so where should the treasure map say that it is?
it's got to be in Charleston or somewhere in South Carolina where
I
it
was
doesn't
thinking,
make
like,
sense.
Right.
Yeah.
I was thinking like South Carolina, because then to the audience, you're eliminated.
Right.
And we also think you're eliminated too because it's in South Carolina. So it's basically between me and Brandon. And we don't even think you're looking. And that brings humor into it when you're actually racing down. Okay, so let's say it's in, I'm thinking northern South. Charleston is the farthest south in South Carolina. Maybe, you want to know what's north in South Carolina is Clemson. That's just a landmark.
Yeah.
So maybe it's at the University of Clemson, which is
At
4
the
hours
Rock.
from us.
But
It's
yeah.
4 hours from me and Brandon, which is still far. Enough for shenanigans that happened along the way. But it still eliminates you because it's like 12 hours, 13 hours from you.
Right.
So, all right. So the spot will just be the University of Clemson is where the treasure is.
And what
It says
and what
Dabo's
do we-
office. It's like
or the Rock, the Clemson Rock. What is the treasure ultimately when we get there? Or do we
Do
figure
we-
that out later?
I think like
Yeah.
Kanye's gonna be there like with diamonds in his hand.
Like,
It's gonna be hard to get him.
if
His
it's-
schedule's so busy.
If if it's a treasure map, that means we don't know.
Right. But when we get
And,
there, it's like
That's why I kind of like.
it's actually
knowing
a
what it
football
is.
scholarship, and Dabo is paying us in diamonds to play for Clemson.
But we don't have any eligibility.
it'd be funny if we like talked about like, I mean,
I like knowing that
It's-
it's something of value because then all the motive for us to get there is like we're gonna be fucking rich.
but we would like we can assume that and talk about like, well, I mean, Kanye is a pretty level-headed
Okay.
person. Like he's not going to put anything of value there and try to convince each other of it.
Okay.
And then go through all this work. We get there and it's like some dumb shit.
So
some
one
dumb,
of
like,
one of the flips at the
inspirational
end.
quote.
One of the flips at the end could be whatever it is.
Right. And it's like something completely not worth any of our time, even a 4-hour drive. It's like,
Okay.
you know, a blueprint for Yeezy or like just some stupid shit that he talked about in the Joe Rogan podcast. It's like blueprints for utopia. And we can just literally
Okay.
throw it out.
Okay.
So
So like we can think about the logistics of that later, but
Yeah.
if we decide on the end, it's actually something that's stupid.
right.
But the race is the fun part, and we all think it's valuable. We have to think it's valuable because
Any like
That makes the race
titles
worth it.
for the name of it? You think?
I don't think we're there yet. All
I
right,
just
so
want to like throw something out.
so we got how we're gonna race after it, and this is the writers' room element, and we kind of got the end. It's gonna be a letdown,
2 minutes.
but now the logistics of the race is the actual where the writing comes in.
Mhm.
I was thinking the reason I thought of the Peloton was because easy filming if we were going to try to
Mhm.
produce it. Like some of the things in your thing, Brandon, seemed like they would be hard to produce. And we did say, and for the audience listening, we
Like,
thought
s-
if we
could use
could maybe
stock
produce
footage,
it,
I don't
if we
know.
could maybe produce a cheap thing of this, it might be funnier. And right, I was thinking he could be on his Peloton and like in the background, we could
Progressively
put-
getting sweatier.
yeah, and like it could say like Maryland, Washington, North Carolina. Like you're getting closer, like, and then we could put like different things in the background. So that's what I was kind of thinking for your role. It's just like I guess it's easy acting and there's not that much dialogue
We
and
need
stuff
like
like that.
like lines for him, like when it cuts back to David. He
I'm
needs to say
thinking just
something
no
like,
lines, like
I feel like David
like,
needs at least.
like
a
it's funny.
couple,
It's
like-
funny that you're eliminated to the audience
guys
at the
are going
beginning.
through your
You're
thing,
eliminated
yeah.
to us. We know we're closer, and like every little while, it'll just clip back to you, and you're like, dun, 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 and like I don't know. I just thought that'd be funny. It does eliminate some of your dialogue.
I'm
and
good
stuff
with
like
that.
You're good with
No,
that. I mean,
I think you're right. Rather than me like talking to myself, it would just be me trucking along, getting
Yeah.
progressively sweatier and
compressively
like, more
sweatier.
tired. Yeah.
And like the audience forgets that you're there, and we have to make the audience forget. I mean, it's
Mhm.
easier to do in a 3-hour movie than a 6-minute, but like
there needs
just
to be like
the
a slow mo shot.
appropriate amount of time to just no context, just clips back to you, and you're in a state closer.
Mhm.
So that's kind of yours, and then we can decide like how it gets. Maybe we all get there at the same time or something, but then me and Brandon, we can have some shenanigans along the way. My idea was, I act like I don't care, and I sprint out, and I'm in my Tesla, and I put it in driverless mode and fall asleep,
and
and,
then
I,
you
pa-
have to
and I
charge your
pass
car,
it, and I pass it. Oh, I have to charge my car.
and then you have to charge a car afterwards.
So I was like,
One thing-
my
one
joke
thing,
there was the
Sean-
Tesla would make me like either miss it or slow me up somehow.
One thing, Sean, you could like lock me in the bathroom,
Time's up.
and I
Lock
try
you in
to
the
get,
bathroom. That's funny.
and I
Time's
try to
up.
get out
Okay.
that window, and I try
That's
to get out
funny.
that window.
Time's up.
Yeah.
Time's up.
Put a pin in it.
All right. That
I
was
think
some
we're
progress.
onto something.
All right. So we'll
The next time we do this, we'll have to summarize what we
Right.
just did
quickly.
and then we'll start.
Okay.
right off. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. That was fun.
Cool. All right. Cool.
All right. So that's an experiment on the Sean Lowry Show, and
Imagine
do
we
this.
did that for a year. Like we could like actually make something.
I mean, right? Real writers' rooms have more than 45 minutes. The hardest thing is like a TV show because you don't know if you're gonna get picked up for another season, so you don't know if you need to write in things for next season. But all right,
true.
that was fun. Whew. Okay. Almost forgot. I almost forgot. If you really enjoyed the clip, if you really enjoyed the podcast, one thing I would appreciate more than anything, just hit the little subscribe button. And I have hours and hours of podcast footage talking to some of the best entrepreneurs out there on YouTube. Watch some more of them. Check out this. Check out this. Go ahead and binge. Have some fun. I love you. Thanks for watching.